p.m. live, 7 minutes late at 7 p.m. live. That's what we should do. So I'm late because 7 p.m. is a hard time on weekends. This is where I am. So this is where the live's going to be too. I don't have a microphone, so who knows what the audio is going to be like. It is near a road, so there will probably be vehicles that are here. And since I'm late, I don't suspect anyone of the usual audience is going to be in here, because they probably showed up at 7 and saw I wasn't here and left. That's what accountability and what's that? Oh, so word. Integrity. Do better with some integrity. So just sitting here waiting for people to join live into the chat. Sending all messages. I wonder if you sat here in silence. Let's say this is a meditation channel. If I sat here in silence, would YouTube pick up algorithms to suggest this to anyone? Or is YouTube listening and going off of captions and then using those keywords to suggest it to people? I don't really know, but my name's Deb. I like to share the human experience. I help people soul calibrate. I help people calibrate their souls. They clear out the noise, they clear out the clutter, and they bring them back to the resonance that they're meant to be. I left a really cool nature spot to come and try and get on this live. Well, I think maybe we will hop off. We tried. No success today. It's Labor Day weekend. People are doing things as I should be. They're not. Instead, finding places of nature to nestle into. Because I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do with myself. I used to have passions and hobbies and friends, and I have systematically cut all that out of my life. So here I am as a blank slate, roaming the desert, like some story in the Bible, just having faith in God, waiting for inspiration. Because if there's anything I've learned is I don't like wasting my energy on things just to do them. And maybe that's something I need to learn. Maybe I need to have that freedom to do things just to do them. But also I feel like I did that and it ruined my life. It was fun in the moment, but it ruined my life at the time. Oh, there's people in here now. Are there people listening? There wasn't anyone in here when I started talking, so hello. I'm not sure how much of you caught that, but yeah, so welcome. My name's Deb. My channel is called Awaken with Deb. I like to share the human experience to help others just understand that they're not alone. This place is pretty wild and crazy, and I started this channel, well, the concept started in 2016, but being dedicated to weekly videos started in February, daily videos since April, so here we are. I felt like a lot of people wanted a little more interaction, so we started popping on live, 7 p.m. my time, so here we are. Open Q&A if you want to put anything in chat. I can't really see who is in the chat room, so if you want to answer any Q&A, that's great. Subject, awakening, self-development, life, confidence, depression, dark night of the soul, quantum shifting, all the things. So, well, we have more people in here. Hello, Elias. Did I say that right? I'm not great with English, spelling, reading. Yes, okay. So, who has nature like this within 5 minutes from their house? Hello. Hi, this is an open Q&A. Subject is awakening or self-development, and I help people calibrate their souls, if you will. So if you have any questions, I'm doing well, thank you. Greetings, all blessings as well. It's sunset here, so I'm gonna see. Panning the camera around. Hilbert Spaces, proposing the mind statement. That sounds very familiar. The second sentence makes more sense to me. Proposing the mind is a state vector in a Hilbert space. I definitely want to look up that wording though, because I feel like what you're describing is kind of how I feel like. I don't believe that we're like, even as I'm sitting on rock, do you see this? This is rock. I am sitting on rock and on earth, and I don't believe that this is rock and earth. I don't believe that all the planets out there, I do believe they have influence. I don't believe that, I hope you can still hear me. That would be a side-by-side recreational vehicle. They are very loud and their noise is actually a problem. Good morning. If you're saying morning, I'm gonna say maybe you might be on the east or like the European area somewhere. States of quantum state, all systems. I mean, yeah, that's. I feel like that explains existence pretty well. Yeah, that's life. Okay, well, thank you, Ernest. So I'm definitely going to look up that specific word. I wonder if I can speak. Okay, well, I will look that up. But yes, I do believe that all things can have all possible configurations. I think that's kind of my problem, is life is there's so many possibilities, and we're capable of anything, really, once we realize the 0 point existence. Thank you. Oh, you have a piece. Okay, so I would love to read it. Thank you for sharing the link. Oh, I'm excited. I love learning more about how to explain the quantum. I have like an innate knowing of kind of how things work, but trying to put that into words, especially for other people, to explain it. Like, how do you sum up decades worth of research and education and knowledge and just knowing into something that's easily digestible, right? So I'm very excited to read that. Thank you. Quantum. What's the quantum? Does anyone else want to chat? What does the word quantum mean to people these days? I think it's interesting because I feel like the general conception about quantum is taking things down to the molecular level, and that's not entirely what it is. So, conscious intent pulls your system into the configuration you are aspiring. So, with that said, the conscious intent pulls your system into the configuration you are aspiring. That's basically the configuration we are inspiring. I take that as that's basically our imagination of our desires. What are we aiming for? What are we intentionally trying to build with our life? And so my question next, and I know a lot of people would have these questions, is why is that conscious intent that pulls the system into configuration, why, time-wise, who decides that configuration? Because there's a lot of people that think they're ready, and then like 5 years will go by and they're like, why is it not happening yet? Why is, like, I'm doing the things, why is it not happening yet? And then maybe something will happen, they'll be like, oh, I see why. But also sometimes things will happen and they'll be like, I'm just as ready now as I was then. Why did it not happen until now? And so, snag a gold claim up. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Deville, your future self. I feel like I've been getting a lot of nudges from the future self lately, which is great, because knowing how all things are kind of happening in the same moment of time continuum, I feel like I'm making some progress. Yeah. Intention modifies your present state into your future desired future state. I guess it's just practice. Once it starts layering up to where there's enough folds that are that. Deville, Utah. Snag a gold claim up in Utah. Where would you find gold in Utah? Utah is, I think. Good morning. How are you? Keep rocking. So I'm catching up on some chats, just kind of going through some things. Wonderful. Yes, so intention for the most part. to put intention simply, and a lot of people want to think that intention doesn't really matter, and it really does, because if you think of a really good example is like a knife. Okay, a knife can be used for many things, and it's about the intention behind. Like, the knife itself is just a knife, but a doctor can use a knife for a surgery to help someone, or a criminal can use a knife to harm someone or rob them in an alley. So intention very much so matters. One doesn't get jacked if one only thinks is going to the gym. And so what kind of work can one do to speed up the calibration between what we're intending and aspiring to what our current reality is? Like, if you feel like that you are doing the work and you are intending and you're feeling it with all of your emotions, and every moment of every activity that you're doing, you're really living into like, okay, if I was this person who I aspire to be, this is what would be happening on this moment. Like, is that doing the work? That type of really embodying the energy behind the intention. Everyone wants to know how do we make things happen faster? Because faster. Everyone wants faster. Context and content must cohere too, state and external. I am lucky to be out west in Utah, thank you. And as people say lucky, it's not, it was intentional. I live here intentionally. I could very much go somewhere else. And it's not easy to live here. I made a lot of sacrifices, a lot of intentional things have happened for me to stay here. Context and content must cohere too. So I'm pausing on that because I'm talking about myself here when I'm thinking about things. Like, there's definitely parts of my journey where I can see certain things had to happen for my overall state of mind to really accept or remove some limiting beliefs. And at the same time, the context and content was I felt like everything was there, right? And then I crashed and hit rock bottom because of some lessons that I needed to learn. And now that I've crashed and hit rock bottom and like coming back up and working on getting the intent and the congruency there, it's trickier to have belief in the context and content, because if I was doing good and I still crashed, then why put energy into doing it again? It's kind of where I'm at. Like, so, slow down your inch. Okay, Ernesto, that is a really good one. If you want external things to happen faster, slow down your internal clock. That's kind of, okay. That's going to be on my mind for a minute. I just want to end this live so I can go look at your link and all of your things. This is great. I don't know who you are, but thank you for popping onto this live and sharing your information with me and meeting me. Thank you. It's wonderful. DeVille, I assume you ask if I'm Mormon because I am in Utah. I was born into a Mormon family. I was raised half Mormon. One parent believed in it, the other one didn't go, and so it wasn't a full Mormonism family. I renounced the religion from very young. I don't believe in it, I don't care. Yeah, I love God and I love singing. I loved going to primary when I was 4 years old and singing nursery rhymes. That was great. I only say that because I recently came across a recording. I'm gonna be quiet for a moment. If you can hear this bird, you probably can't hear it. Okay. Anyways, so I know a little bit about the Mormon experience, and I do know Mormon people, but religion in general, I think religion has a place for helping people understand certain things, but I don't believe it's the end-all be-all. And Mormons they're just people. doing their thing. So, Mormon tea from Utah. That was a guess. Well, yeah, if you don't know anything about it, you don't need to know anything about it. If it's not part of your calling, then it's not part of your calling. So I really don't think I was meant to know anything about it. I think I was just, I'm not really sure. I think I was just meant to be in Utah, and most families happen to be Mormon, so this is where God put me. But Utah is amazing. If you haven't ever visited, visit it with the intention to visit nature, not the Mormons, because we have amazing nature here. Magical, in fact. The place where I live, I'm pretty sure, was like a portal hotspot in ancient mythical times, and some sky ray came through and turned all the castles and portals into rock, and now here we are with this beautiful valley. I think there's some things going on here historically. Okay, catching up on some more chats. I don't know what all those emojis are. They're kind of weird. Reading. You'll have to excuse. See this dot right there? That's skin cancer. It's a wound that never heals. So, living in the desert, skin cancer is a thing. Okay. Sometimes you run an old game like Pac-Man on a more modern computer and it runs too fast, but for the game itself, everything happens at the intended internal speed. Same dynamic, but you tick slower. Okay. This is so going to be my meditation tonight. I am loving this. Internal clock slows down. Everything else happens much faster. So, there have been moments where I have felt that I had actually sped up time, and I feel like what you're explaining is kind of a thing. What about the knife? And when I say meditation, I just mean it's my set aside time for me to really ponder on things without distractions. The knife was just saying the intent. Anything can be used for good or for bad. It's the intent behind it. Intent is good. Sometimes people will keep secrets from other people, and they don't do it with the malicious intent of keeping a secret from them. They're like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt them, and it doesn't really apply to them, so they feel like just not telling them is fine. But the intent there is they're still keeping something from them. Actually, that's not where that thought pattern was going at all. I'm skipping that. Sorry, I got distracted by the very pretty nature that's out in front of me. So, okay, this video is coming up on 20 minutes, and I've learned that if they get over 20 minutes, it takes them literally 2 days to upload. So I have been trying to keep the lives more so 10 minutes just so they upload faster, and kind of got carried away here. So I'm loving all the information from Ernesto. If anyone is seriously, also go look at his stuff, because this is great information. I can see the insight of where he's going with this information, and it is beneficial to all. I can tell you already right now. So I like that. Light. A bright conversation might make you think that 2.5 hours happened in a blink. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. If you have any last questions or comments, let me know. Otherwise, follow my page. There's contact information somewhere. Otherwise, just comment on something. I'll reach out to you. My name's Deborah. I like to share about the human experience to help others with their human experience, ultimately helping people calibrate their soul, I guess is what I'm calling it now. So, reggae is helpful. Oh, hi Jimbo. I'm actually just signing off, Jimbo, so another time. I would love to talk about reggae some more, but yes, time is up. Yes, cool chat. I will see you all beautiful people later. I've been posting videos at least once a day, trying to show up live at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 1 hour ahead of California, 2 hours behind New York, and 8 hours ahead of the European area. So if you're interested in chatting, show up live Q&A, and yeah, subscribe so you get notified of the lives. Have a great day.